from the 11th of April, Canadians entering the United States via the land border for more than 30 days will have to register at the border. The Canadian government has also revised its advisory saying electronic devices may be checked, and if people refuse to share passwords, they could be detained at the border. In fact, border movement has caused a lot of anxiety among Canadians because they are used to traveling freely to the US, and many are unaware what documents they should be carrying. But for further clarity, let's go across to Vancouver. Maha Siddiqui has been tracking the finer details for us. She joins us live currently. Maha, take us through the details of the Canadian government's revised advisory.
Well, Parmeshwar, already we were seeing that the number of car trips to US from Canada had gone down because of the threat to sovereignty of Canada, as well as the current trade war that exists between the two countries. The numbers had dipped significantly, 23% drop in the month of March as compared to the previous year, the same month. So the Canadians were already being cautious about going to the US. And now with this added documentation that they have to do to enter the US, especially if they are going to the US for over 30 days, is causing quite a bit of anxiety among the Canadians. First of all, they need to register only for a visit if they are going via the land border.
Okay.
And if they do not register and if they do not carry the electronic receipt that they get of that registration on them when they are demanded to show that, then they could be fined up to $5,000 and or 30 days in detention. So that's something that is causing a lot of concern. People want to know what are the documents that they should be carrying. Meanwhile, a lot of immigration lawyers are raising awareness about this issue. They are saying if people from Canada are going to work, say, in the US, then they should carry a letter of intent with them. They must carry this electronic receipt of the registration. If they are flying, then an I-94 a receipt is already electronically generated, and that they should have it on person as well. The Canadian government is also making them aware that their devices could be checked, they could be checked, their bags could be checked. They are not used to all of this scrutiny. It did exist in principle, but it was never practically applied to the Canadians. So they need to be careful about that. You can refuse to share your password for an electronic device, but in that case, you will not be allowed entry into the US is what they are being told. And many immigration lawyers are raising awareness about what rights they have in case they do not want to share all the details on their electronic devices as well.